all the physical books I have, I did not read.
That's okay. Go you for DNFing though.
Oh yeah?
Exercise that right. A free will.
Gotta fight for your right
To
DNF.
Nice.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
This is our April wrap-up.
Yes, it is.
Usually we read about the same amount.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a book or more than me.
Yeah.
But this time you had a lot of books more than me.
I had a bomb reading month.
You go, girl.
Also because like 4 of them were audio. So I was like,
I read 3 audiobooks.
I was kicking some. I listened to like maybe one every
impressive.
3 months. So this month I was like, I don't know, I just couldn't get enough of them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I DNF'd a lot of books this month, and I only ended up reading 1 physical book. But that's alright.
That's okay.
I am mad.
It happens.
Yeah.
And you know, exercise your right to DNF.
Alright, I'm Jessica.
I'm Christeena.
And you're watching Game of Tomes.
Okay, let's talk about book club book. Let's
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about book club book.
I was like, what
Let's
was
talk about
the book club?
DNFs.
Because I didn't read it.
Speaking of which, I listened to this on audio. Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. Wasn't worth it. Well, okay, I gave it 3 stars.
That's a lot of stars.
Yeah, it was a typical thriller. I felt like there were some things that surprised me, but I think like the unreliable protagonist is getting on my nerves in thrillers as far as like, I'm gonna get drunk. I'm gonna do drugs with my 13-year-old stepsister. Like, come on, really? I'm kind of over it. So I like the storyline of it, and I like the idea, and there was a slight surprise at the end. I wasn't blown away, but I was like, oh, okay. So, you know.
I just wasn't there for it. I read the first chapter, and then I was like, I can already tell. I boxed you, and I was like, how's it going? And you're like, eh. So, and then I just had you tell me how it ended.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't feel like you really missed out on anything. So, I actually think a lot of people from book club ended up DNFing it or not reading it altogether. So,
this is just not for us.
Kind of disappointed because I loved Gone Girl.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. So, this just, meh.
Nope.
This will be a trade-in book.
Yeah. Snowflower?
Yeah.
Okay, so it feels like a forever ago that we read Snowflower.
It does, doesn't it?
And we both read it electronically, so we don't have a book to show you, but
Snowflower and the Secret Fan.
by Lisa C.
Yeah.
Who is a fascinating woman. I looked her up and watched like an hour-long interview with her.
I never watched that.
It was so good. Her great-grandfather was Chinese, came over here. She looks very white, but she grew up thinking of herself as Chinese, and actually it wasn't until someone pointed out to her and her family that she was Caucasian that she thought, oh, I'm a Caucasian. And she's got like auburn hair and
yeah. I saw a picture of her and I thought, she's Chinese?
Yeah. I can't wait to read more of her books.
It was excellent. I gave it 4 stars.
And so did I.
This was a beautiful tale of friendship and family, and I thought it was really, really sweet. Also, we buddy read this with Nicole from Who Picked This Book and our book club friend Erin, and we've decided we are now sworn sisters of books, and we kind of have this thing going where we're exploring different culture through books, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah. And I feel like I got a lot out of like the Chinese culture from this book.
I did too.
Yeah.
It was a heartbreaking book. I do not ever want to be in that culture. It was awful.
No, it sounds... Talk about patriarchy, man.
The women were so oppressed, and they have so many, like, it's hard, oh my gosh.
And it talks about foot binding, which is, do yourself a favor and don't look it up.
I'm sure everyone knows what foot binding is.
Yeah, it's...
The way it was described, though.
The bones breaking and just, and doing that to your daughters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they would die from it.
Yeah.
It would cause infections.
And yeah. And that's real. I mean, that it happened in the book, but like that is a true fact as well. And we actually looked up quite a bit about foot binding and found out that it carried on for a very long time, even when it was outlawed, because it's just that tradition.
So yeah, ancient Chinese culture, it's about two women who, they become sworn sisters.
It spans from pretty much when they were 7 to, I think the main character is like in her 80s now. So I mean, it's kind of her going back and retelling like her entire life and their friendship and like what happens with that.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful story, but heartbreaking, for sure.
It was very good. Very sad.
Yeah.
Then I listened to Rainbow Rowell's Landline. Nobody told me it was a Christmas story.
What is wrong with you guys? Why didn't you tell her?
Y'all should have told me. I didn't put it on my TV either. That's probably why.
People were like, we didn't know you were going to read it. And
you were going to tell us?
April?
I did not know that. It was so entertaining and cute, and I mean, I don't have any strong feelings about it. I feel like it's something that could be on Lifetime, but in a good way, like a good Lifetime movie.
Okay.
Woman and her husband are having marital problems. He leaves her, but he goes away, and she tries to call him, but she gets him in the past, back when their relationship was newer, like they had been together for a year.
Right.
And so I won't say anything more than that. But it was very cute, and I'm glad I listened to it. I wish that it was December when I had listened to it. I think it would have made it more special. I don't know if I like their relationship that much, like if I ship them exactly.
Right.
But I did really enjoy their conversations, and it was enjoyable. So I'm glad I read it. I gave it 4 stars.
That definitely sounds like a Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
I don't watch Lifetime movies, but it sounds like a Lifetime movie.
Right, yeah.
It sounds like one I probably wouldn't watch.
Oh. That's fine.
It almost sounds like The Lake House with Sandra Bullock.
Oh yeah, but not as good.
I've not seen that. My mom has, and she keeps telling me we need to watch it because she loves it.
I do like that movie.
I do want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I actually listened to Yes Please by Amy Poehler on audio. Just because, I don't know, I like autobiographies on audio because I like hearing the narrator narrate who wrote the book.
The other narrator? Me too.
Anyway, I gave it 3 stars. It was good. It was funny. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe I've worn myself out too much on like celebrity biographies.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just kind of like, this isn't really anything new I haven't heard about before, you know, but I still enjoy it. Also, in the audio, she has like a ton of other celebrities in there with her as well. Like Kathleen Turner, Seth Meyers, and like even her parents. And so it was really entertaining. And I enjoyed it. So earlier in the month, Jessica started listening to The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. She was like, yo, you should listen to this. Like, it's so good. And so I looked it up on Goodreads and I was like, that doesn't sound like anything I want to read.
It sounded great to me.
So I started listening to it. Yeah. Because Jessica told me to, even though I didn't think I was going to like it. You guys, 5 stars.
Yeah.
5 stars. It was phenomenal.
I didn't realize you gave it 5 stars. That's awesome.
I think I gave it 4.5, but I mean, I was thinking about it today and I keep thinking about that book.
Yeah.
5 stars for sure.
5 stars.
5 stars because it was so good.
We did a review and discussion on it. We'll link it down below. So yeah, if you have read that book and you want to talk about it, like, watch our discussion.
It was so good. This is a story following Evelyn Hugo, who is a big old movie star in like the 50s.
Yeah.
And it is her telling her basically life story to a reporter, and you kind of figure out how the reporter and her life intertwine at the end. But like, if you like character-driven books, this book is for you. If you like LGBTQ representation, this book is for you. I had no interest in reading it from the premise. I thought, I don't want to listen to a boring old woman talk about her glamorous life and her 7 husbands. I had no interest. I just don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care. But it was so good.
It was really good.
It was so good. I totally ate crow on that one, so it was so good.
You ate crow? What does that mean?
Like, I ate my own words, because I was like, I'm going to hate this.
Okay.
You never heard that expression? Eat crow?
Maybe.
Okay. It's
I've never
song.
used it, certainly.
That's the first time I used it, so I hope I did it correctly.
Alright, Christeena is going to tell you about all the books she read when I wasn't reading.
The Female of the Species by Mindy Mcginnis.
Yes.
I read this buddy read with Megan over at Brushing Bookends, and it was a lot of fun. It was a really entertaining read. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. I think I expected a little more because everybody I heard about was like really loving it. And it was just, it felt like nothing was going on for like the whole book. But I enjoyed it. It was really entertaining. And it follows...
So it didn't live up to the hype for you?
Yeah. It's from the point of view of 3 different teenagers, and one of them is Alex Kraft, whose sister was raped and murdered. And so it kind of goes through how these 3 teens' lives intersect and kind of what happens with the legend of her sister, kind of. And it was good.
Was there magic powers? Oh.
No. She just liked to kill people.
What?
Yeah.
Oh. What? You mean the girl in the story is a murderer?
Yeah. And you find that out, like, very beginning.
Oh, okay. I only said that because you said that you thought she had some magic powers.
I thought that there was, but there was not.
Okay.
She's just a killer. And she can't help it.
It was creepy the way you said
it.
So you did enjoy it?
No, I did enjoy it. It was really entertaining.
Okay.
I just felt like there was nothing going on. But it was still, like, entertaining to read. And I kind of liked a little underlying message of, you know, feminism and kind of standing up for yourself. And so I enjoyed that. But I just feel like more stuff could have went on for the whole 2/3 of the book.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry.
I enjoyed it.
Alright, another one.
The Power by Naomi Ottoman. And you guys, I did enjoy it. I loved it. I gave this 5 stars. It was so freaking good. And this is kind of like a role reversal of what if women had all the power and the men had to be afraid, because when women start becoming of puberty age, they start developing a power to electrocute through their hands. And so now, like, men have to be afraid. It goes into, like, politics and religion, because then, like, there are women who come about who start talking about God as if he was a woman. And so it's so...
As if she was a woman.
It's so good. It's so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And you follow a few different point of views in this. At first it was a little confusing because I think there's like 4 different point of views. One of them is a man's, and the rest are all female. But it was so good. I loved this so much. I really wish I would have like waited and read this with book club. I think this would have been a great book to like discuss, you know?
Yeah. I want to
Freaking
read
loved
it.
it. You should. I freaking loved it.
Okay, cool.
It's so good. Like, to me, this could even, in my mind, compete with The Handmaid's Tale.
Cool, yeah.
I mean, not in the same aspect, obviously, but it was so good. It also follows different cultures and races.
Which The Handmaid's Tale did not do.
No, it did not, and that's what I really liked. There was a lot of diversity in this. I don't think there was really specifically any LGBTQ, but as far as race and cultures and stuff, there definitely was talked about in this, and I could definitely appreciate that. Especially from like a political point of view, because, you know, when women got the power, they start overthrowing governments.
I want to read it!
It's so good! Here, just take it. Read it whenever you can. Okay. But it's so good, you guys.
Awesome.
I can't say it enough. I freaking loved it. I finished it and I was just like... So, Jessica let me borrow Starters by Lissa Price.
Mm-hmm.
I think we decided was her name.
Lissa?
Lissa?
Yep.
Sounds legit. And I gave it 4 stars. This is kind of like a sci-fi dystopian.
Why?
Yes, where everyone between the ages of 20, 17,
No.
How old? They're all dead.
Everybody's dead. Except for really old people and really young people.
Yes. So then you kind of follow along a teenager and just like her journey of trying to survive in this world where teenagers are not permitted to work. So they're all like living on the street now unless you have a really rich grandparent. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. It was a nice quick read.
It ends and then there's a cliffhanger, would you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I kind of feel like I'm okay with pretending like that's how it ended. I picked up Enders. It's a duology. This is number 2. And I kind of was really annoyed with the first page. That's a spoiler.
Bummer.
Yeah, and then I read to like page 50 something, and then I was like, I'm really not feeling it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when I read Mistborn, and I enjoyed Mistborn, but then it kind of ends, but then there's a cliffhanger afterwards, and I was like, you know what, I could just pretend like it ends there, and I'll be okay.
Right.
So, that's how I felt with this series.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
I think I would be interested in reading the second book, but I think I want to put some distance between it.
Okay.
I was really into starters for like the first half.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I was just reading too much this month and like forcing myself to like continue on with it. And we were going to start another book, and so I was like, about finishing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just kind of didn't finish it with as much gumption as I started it with.
So we listened to Echo by Pam Munoz Ryan.
Good job.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
It's a middle grade book.
Yeah, it is.
That takes place from
1930s to 1945 / years later.
pretty. Yeah. A time later.
I gave this book 4.5 stars.
Me too.
Did you really?
Yes. High five.
Awesome. It was so cute, you guys. Yeah. It follows 3 different point of views. Kind of 4, almost.
The book is bookended by a fairy tale that wraps up the story in the end. There are 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, and they all have different backgrounds. Each of the 3 stories ends on a cliffhanger until their stories are brought together in the end.
Each one is kind of brought together by a magical harmonica from the fairy tale.
Yes.
And so you get to kind of see how that influences their lives. And I think there's a boy who lives in Nazi Germany. There's a boy with a brother who was in a foster home.
It was an orphanage.
Orphanage, yeah.
In Pennsylvania.
Right. And then there's a Spanish girl, right?
She's Mexican.
Mexican girl who lived in the U.S.
I think she moved to California.
Yeah, and then...
No, she started out in California and moved.
And her family moves around, and her brother is in the army.
Pearl Harbor hits.
Yes, that's right. That's what it is.
The thing that I loved the most about this audiobook is that it is orchestrated. That's not exactly the right word.
Yeah.
But when the kids play their harmonica, you hear that music too. When the piano is played, you can hear that. I think there's a cello at one point.
I think there's an orchestra at the end.
There is, yeah.
And they do play that.
And the fairy tale story, I would say, is orchestrated.
Yeah, I would too.
That was my favorite thing.
It was so beautiful to hear.
Yes.
Playing in the background as the narrator narrates how the music is going, you know? And it was really, really cool.
I'm glad I listened to it.
Me too. And if you guys are looking for like a really cool audio, obviously we highly recommend this one. And they have 4 different narrators as well. So that was really cool.
I really, really liked the guy who narrated The Orphan Boy. I thought he did the best.
He was my least favorite, actually.
Interesting.
I really liked the man that narrated Friedrich. And
he was my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
I really liked
him. The female narrator and the
fairy tale one, was good too.
But the American boy was my favorite.
That was probably my least favorite story, actually.
Let's move on.
Okay. And then we read... Then we decided we were going to buddy read Beloved by Toni Morrison. We were going to do a review and discussion on this, but...
We didn't have time.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, we were afraid. I'm leaving tomorrow for vacation for a week, and we were afraid we weren't going to get it done in time.
And actually, I didn't finish it.
So
there's that.
I wanted to finish it before vacation because I was afraid I would DNF it and not come back to it because I'm probably not going to read on vacation.
Right.
And so I got the audio very quickly today and listened to the last 3 hours of it. And guys, I don't even want to rate this because I feel like forcing myself to quickly read it was a wrong decision today.
Yes. This is definitely a book that you need to take your time with, and I was not able to give my attention to it. I did like the first quarter of the book.
I did too.
And then for some reason I just stalled, and I found myself putting off reading, which is a thing that I do when I'm not super enjoying a story.
Man, this was a difficult book.
Difficult in subject matter, and difficult as in it was just a lot to unpack. Yeah,
it's kind of jumps around time-wise.
Yeah, it's non-linear storytelling.
Yeah, and so you have to really pay attention. And I also really enjoyed the first couple days reading it because I was taking it very slowly. I was doing like maybe 20 pages a day.
Right.
And I felt like I was reading a lot of pages.
Me
and I
too.
would look and I would go, oh my gosh, I'm only on page 20.
Right.
But there's just so much in here that I feel like...
It's very dense.
Yes, and you have to take that time out. And so trying to force myself to finish it today because I didn't want to DNF it, I'm not going to rate this. I might mark it as read on my Goodreads, but I'm not going to rate it. I would love to go back to this, though, because I did enjoy it.
She offered me, because I wasn't picking it up, she offered me the audiobook, and I did listen to a couple of hours today. And
Toni Morrison narrates it.
She does, and she has this beautiful, buttery voice that is so nice to listen to. Ow. But it was very one note.
And she also... was very slow.
Yes, I had to speed her up just a little bit. Like, it was very constant.
Yeah.
And I really did enjoy listening to her.
Yeah.
But I found myself tuning it out.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, there were some parts where I was listening to it in the shower and I was like, I can't even do this right now because it was hard to hear in the shower and then...
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I listen to podcasts in the shower and it's okay. But that's a podcast.
I do too.
I enjoyed her narration.
Right.
But I don't think I would listen to her books narrated again. I think for me personally, to get everything out of them, I need to physically read them and take my time with them. When I started this one, I felt, oh, it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
like,
that's how I felt too.
So good.
Yes.
And the writing style is so beautiful.
Right.
I just was singing it nice and slow and it was great, but then I started feeling forced and rushed, and I don't know why I do that to myself. I need to stop it.
It just wasn't the right time for us.
I would love to come back to this, and I would still highly recommend this.
Yeah, me too.
This is about a woman who escaped slavery.
Ooh, it's a rough book. Sorry.
It's got a weird feel to it.
I just mean, like, it's so heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it really, really is. Because I feel like there's more to understand in this book and take from it than what I understood and took from it.
Okay.
And so I feel like I need more time to really dive into this.
Ditto. Let's talk about currently reading.
Oh yeah, I'm not currently reading anything because I finished Beloved today and I finished Echo earlier this week. I don't want to pick anything up for my cruise except maybe an audiobook.
Yeah, you said you were going to pick up Raven Boys, or did you decide against that?
I'm not sure if I'm going to take it or not. Maybe I'll take it with me just in case I feel like picking up a physical book.
Yeah. I
think I will, just be on the safe side, but I don't think I'll end up picking it up.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you would either.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna commit to that.
Okay.
I'm not currently reading anything.
She's free and vacationing. So, I got The Girl with All the Gifts on audio. I started listening to it today, and you guys, I feel like it's gonna be so good. I really like it. A lot.
I downloaded it, so I might start it on vacation. I'm hoping I'm gonna listen to it sometime in May.
Oh man, I just want you to start it. Like, I'm so excited. Okay. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying. I'm excited for you to pick it up.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to pick up Evelyn, Hugo, and her 7 husbands, but I ended up picking up that, and I freaking loved it. So
7 husbands.
It was. I'm telling you, like, there's nothing less I want to hear about than a Hollywood movie star and like her 7 husbands. I legit don't give a shit about celebrity relationships. I just don't care.
No. I don't either. But 1950s old Hollywood.
Yeah, I still kind of don't care.
I think it sounds fascinating.
I wasn't that interested in it.
But you loved it.
I loved it. I'll eat crow.
Okay.
Anyway.
I have another currently reading book to talk about.
Okay, talk about it.
And that is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the illustrated edition, which I didn't bring with me today. But I'm reading it with my son. We're reading a chapter a night. We've read the first 6 chapters.
Awesome.
He's not into it.
Yeah. Bummer.
But I am.
He's 6,
He's
though.
6.
That's pretty young.
He's got time.
Yeah.
I think I rushed it maybe a little bit. But I told him that when we were done reading it, we could watch the movie. And he's very excited about that.
Oh, that'd be good.
I told him he could pick the next book that we read because we haven't really read any chapter books. So I'm excited to start that journey with him.
Good.
I really want him to be a reader. He's thinking we'll go to the library and maybe get some Junie B. Jones or
Oh, that'd be cool.
Wayside Story or something.
So maybe some Hardy Boys.
Maybe. I've never read that.
Me neither.
Doesn't sound great.
I think it's like Nancy Drew, but for boys.
Yeah. Pennsylvania Bobsled Team.
What?
I don't know. Is that the name of a book?
Okay. So that's our wrap up.
Yeah.
If you guys have read any of these, please let us know below. And you can find our review and discussion for The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo below as well. Please check that out if you have read it, because we would love to talk about it.
And by we, she means me, because you're going to be gone.
I am going to be gone for a week, so I will not...
no Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi, no cell service. Well, I mean, I might get Wi-Fi to keep in contact with my mother, who's keeping my son, for 8 days. But it's fine. I'm fine. I'm going to have a good time.
You will.
I will. I'm actually just excited about it. I'm not so nervous anymore. I'm just excited.
Good.
I really don't. Like today, like packing and yesterday and stuff, I don't feel nervous, so I'm excited.
That's great. You look great.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you. I wish I was going. I'm a little upset.
I wish you were too.
You're going to eat a lot of food and
I'm going to New Orleans tomorrow.
yes.
My dad said, he like sent a text to all of us and said, who's going to eat a beignet?
Ooh.
I'm totally eating one.
I've never had one and I went there. I'm kind of upset now. I hope you enjoy yourself.
I can't bring you back one, but
It's all good.
I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a video of me eating it, and I'll tell you how delicious it is, and I'll show it in my mouth to you. Okay. I'm gonna do it anyway. Anyway!
Thank you so much for watching. When you play the Game of Tomes,
You read or you die.
come be our friends. Social media links in the description below.
And we hope you're reading a great book.
Bye.
Bye.